Here they are. You guys, they've been waiting all day for you guys. There is still hundreds of people on to watch you guys. So, guys, a little intro. You may not know these folks, or you may, because I've been singing their praises a little bit. Every time they're on one of my seminars or in the live streams, I'll just say, oh, Felicity, you're there. Quick, jump on. Oh, Alex, quick, jump on. This is the Hardens from Harden Property. And if you guys have been watching, you'll see that these guys are kicking butt even amongst COVID. And yesterday within the group, they were the ones that sent me a text just the other night that said $1.75 turned into a lead, turned into an appraisal, turned into a $30,000 commission check that goes unconditional in like 3 or 4 days. So congrats on all the wins so far, guys.
Thanks, Glenn.
Thank you.
We can't take all the credit.
No.
A lot of it's due to you and what you sort of told us to do, and we've just implemented it.
Yeah, no, see the word just there? The just needed to go on my part of the equation, not yours. I just told you what to do. You went and implemented it. The just, meaning the minimizer, goes on my part because a lot of people get told what to do. You guys are execution gods. That I've never seen anyone go so hard, so fast with a work ethic. You guys were on a minute ago when I played that Michael Spillane voice message. Yeah. It reminds me of you, and that guy's doing millions now. Millions. So, guys, the Hardens have a goal to do $1 million in their first year, just like Brent Baston, and it will be the first time since Brent Baston that will have been the case. So, you're on track?
We are on track. Even with this, we're on track.
Yeah.
So we're pretty stoked about that.
How many months since you sort of set that goal, and where are we up to as far as the numbers are concerned?
So we essentially started end of October.
Yep.
And we saw you at end of October, and we had a goal of $250,000. We said if we were at 250,000 GCI in the next 12 months, we'll be happy. And then I think after we saw you, you sort of encouraged us to think a bit bigger. And then
I didn't know you meant $1 million, but yeah, maybe a little bit.
Well, we didn't.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, you know what? Like 400 will be great in our first year. So then Alex said,
I came back with 720. Don't ask me where I got the figure. I said 720. 720 would be fine.
And then I turned around, well, if you're going to be stupid, let's just do $1 million.
You're going to be stupid.
So wow. The $1 million stuck.
Yeah.
And when's the exact date that we're going from and to? Sort of November to November, or when's the year?
Pretty much November, yeah.
Yep.
Because it was, I think, like the 28th of October. So I think we're calling it like
1st November.
Okay, so if that's November, December, January, February, March, April. So we're sort of 5 months in. How are we tracking then? We're coming up on 5 months. We're 4 months and 3 weeks. So how are we tracking?
We're on track.
Yeah, I think it was.
So we pretty much by end of January we ended up with 12 listings in January.
Yeah. And
by the end of January we had hit our first full year goal.
The 250.
So the 250.
Yeah.
And actually, I haven't even told you this, Glenn. We've just this week and since Thursday last week we've got another 6 listings and a sale.
Love it.
So we've picked up another 200 in GCI.
Oh, beautiful! I love it. Oh, well, we're on track for $1 million in the. I don't want to jinx it. I don't want to mocker it. I just want to say, stay the course, keep going. So, what would you say?
We haven't put off the pedal yet. Like literally, if anything, we've gotten harder.
And it's kind of funny that you say that because I've been on and off today. I've had valuations to go to and meetings, and Alex has pretty much watched the whole thing. But we both had a bit of a, like everybody's been saying that I've heard, a bit of an oh shit moment when we first sort of heard about 3 weeks ago now. And we probably had about 3 days where we're going, well, our $1 million in our first year, well, that's gone out the window now.
Mm-hmm.
And then after, I think it was about 2.5, 3 days, we kind of had it, we regrouped a little bit and we sat down and we said, well, actually, no, because we have the best opportunity. We have 76 agents in our immediate area. This gives us a really good opportunity. A lot of them are going to leave the industry.
Yep.
This gives us the best opportunity to actually, we've had so much success early on that we fell behind in a few things that we should have been doing and we know we need to do, but we didn't have time to do, or money to hire people to help us to do. And we kind of went, you know what, like this is actually the opportunity to build, and we're going to do our $1 million anyway. We're going to do our $1 million in our first year despite COVID.
It's not about the dollar figure. That's the thing for us. There's reasons behind why we want it, and they haven't changed. The reasons haven't changed. So the thing is,
why should the goal change?
why does the goal change? It doesn't. It's the same thing. So it's just a different. You just got to pivot and then go and then just keep moving forward. That's the thing. That's what we've decided.
Before we get to some of the specifics of exactly what you're doing, because I know you would have heard throughout many of the mentors today, like many of those people were students of mine in years gone by. So many of the things we're doing that they give credit for their success, you would have heard time and time again, many of the things we're doing with you. So before we get onto that though, I want to talk to you guys about your work ethic. I mean, seriously, we just celebrated Michael for being a lunatic 4:30 a.m. till 10 p.m. Just give us a snapshot about, you heard Amber before. I don't know if Amber was when you were on or when you were off, Felicity, but Alex, you heard about that young woman's work ethic back when she was kind of going crazy.
Yeah.
Give the guys a snapshot of your work ethic that's resulting in $1 million despite COVID, or at least on track to do so.
Well, it's not easy in the sense like we put a lot of pressure on ourselves, and it's not something that everybody can do, but that's the thing, we've decided that we want to keep on doing it.
But also not everybody wants to do $1 million in their first year.
It's true.
But at the end of the day, like, I think you've said it a few times, but like our actual staff meetings are held at like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. That is our usual, and that's pretty much every day.
Now, when you say staff meetings, who does that consist of? These two. Yeah.
I turn into a pumpkin around about 2 a.m. and I start getting really cranky, like really cranky. And so I start trying to head to bed. Literally, I'm not kidding. He follows me into the bedroom. I'm lying in bed. He stands next to the bed and we have a staff meeting.
Wow. I tell you, that scares me, because when I'm on and going and my brain's going, Naomi can be zonked and I'll still want to... Oh my God.
That's like me. I have my happy dances and stuff at 3 a.m. in the morning. Like I'm a crazy person at 3 in the morning.
Yeah.
It was funny because I was laughing watching ET going, man, that dude's me at 3 in the morning and I'm pumped.
Just not 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
No.
Yeah. But ET is getting up at 3 a.m., not getting to bed at 3 a.m. But
I'm still not getting to bed though.
What is this getting to bed? He doesn't
No.
go to bed.
Like, and that's the thing. Like, I mean, it's not necessarily a sustainable thing, but for now, like for us, like I do 24-hour days, and like it ends up being 48 hours. So it's not necessarily a thing, but again, like I try and eat right and those sort of things to try and keep still healthy.
It's also not a long-term plan. It's
no, you can't sustain
to do this short term to get where we want to be really quickly. And like Alex said, we're really careful about what we eat.
Yep.
Well, it's the gold medal run. I mean, there is no one, like we had Steve Bradbury on today, a Winter Olympian, and sure, at the final, there may have been a few people fall over in front of the bugger, but that didn't change the insanity that man had to live, where people would have, there isn't an Olympian that stands on that platform and gets gold that had a nice, beautiful work-life balance for the 4 years leading up to it. Just can't happen. This is the Olympic run for you guys.
We've had insanity for months.
Yeah, but literally looking at some of the greats that have been on who've built successful businesses, we want to be like them in years to come. But at the moment, like right now, we're in the grind. We can't be there yet.
Yep. And here's the thing. This is what I said to Amber, and I've said this to a lot of them. Virtually all of them say they wish they hadn't gone so hard, but virtually all of them that are at that pinnacle that have the success to say they wish they hadn't gone so hard all went hard. So even though they regret it, my contention is you don't get there to say it without it. You never hear from the person who had it. You never hear from them because they never made it to say it, Yeah. So I'm with you guys. And, I know at 47, I've got to sort of ease up a little bit, but I can't. I don't know why. It's something wrong. But I know I should, and eventually. But for you guys, I just pat you on the back and say, keep going until you can't. And you'll know when. I love that you guys are so self-aware and so caring of each other. Like, you won't let each other burn yourselves out. So wonderful. So guys, these guys are going as hard as they can. So let's talk about some of the specifics. What are some of the things that have led to, we always talk about, eyeballs on a brand lead to appraisal, property price report inquiries lead to appraisal opportunities, listings and sales. What are some of the things that have been that first things that have got the eyeballs on you that have led to the listing opportunities?
I think probably one of the initial things, because we started our own brand, we both grew up in New South Wales. We moved to Queensland. We have no circle of influence in Queensland. We have no school friends. We have nobody. When we moved up here, Alex had 8?
I had 7 Facebook friends.
And I had 12.
So that's your family. That's it. That's all that is.
That is, family.
That's the New South Welshman.
Yeah, I had that and my guitar teacher, Glenn. That was it.
Pretty much. And neither of us really liked Facebook. Neither of us were into social media. When we started our brand, and we're independent. So we don't have a big brand. We don't have systems that they've given us. We don't have anything other than what you see right here. I'd had a 18-month break from real estate. So we came in literally when we saw you, I don't even think we had a listing we were cold. We had nothing. We had no brand awareness, nothing to go off. So literally and this is why we give you a lot of credit, because, we implemented it. We work our butts off all the time, but you came up with the ideas of what we're actually implementing. And that's pretty massive for us, because we would have got there in the end. I think I said it to you before, we would have gotten successful in the end. We would have spent a lot more money, a lot more time, a lot more effort getting there. We've just cut out all of that. So I guess having for starters, for us, getting a mentor such as yourself, and we've got other mentors as well. That was a big part of our sort of break and actually getting it in, because it puts you in the right direction. And so we take some of those things, and then we supercharge it our way. And incidentally, we took on mentors without really having the money to get them. We were like, okay, we need these mentors. How are we going to get them? We just need to find listings and get them sold. Like that. One of your students, Andrew G, said to us, "You can't afford Glenn."
Yeah, I think he's on here. Andrew, are you still on here?
Yeah, I still remember that conversation with him at $1 Million Agent Bootcamp. Oh man.
Yeah, it just goes, you think you can't afford him? You can't afford not to have him.
Yeah.
Gnomes, can you get Andrew G on? If he's got a microphone, chuck him on. I think
that guy's a legend.
Yeah.
He is.
And that's the thing. You meet someone like that where literally he had all the hardships and that, and he had a lot more going on. What if he can do it?
If he can do it, there is no excuse.
That's what he says. There's no excuse for us. It's as simple as that.
So I think going back to your initial question was what did we do early on to get that brand? Well, that's very.
When we say early on, 5 months ago.
Yeah.
So not long ago at all.
So and look, I got to give you guys credit. When we were at those first couple of events that I saw you at, and all I knew of you guys as audience members, you know what I mean? But then you were telling me at the second event, you went and you ran out of that room and went and implemented what you learned at the first event.
That night. And then I remember coming up to you and I said, I literally saw this, and I came back $1 Million Agent Bootcamp, and I was so excited. I created 10 leads at $3, and I remember showing you that, and I thought, but I still want to get better. So then it's the thing. So ever since then, I've been trying to get better than that. So, because again, it does, I suppose over the time, as you know, the leads cost more people get into it. And it's about trying to get it out to the right people as well, I suppose. So,
also, the best thing being Alex had 0 Facebook experience before and hated it.
I still hate Facebook. I use it as a tool. I love Facebook as a business tool. I hate it otherwise. I
did a live, and I think you were on it the other day because I just got my account back. Yay. But I called it the Big Blue Meanie.
Yeah.
Because it decided, just out of its genius, as here I am sitting there telling thousands of real estate agents, put all your money into it, and then it just punches me in the face and bans me. Not my business account, my personal profile. And I had clients saying, "Oh, why have you blocked me? I hate you too," and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I didn't know. And oh, man. I hate it. But I can hate it and tell you to give all your money to it, and both statements are true.
Yep.
Both
I agree.
True. So if they can get Andrew G on, we will. But tell me, I know there's a bunch of people who've waited on here all day to hear what bloody ad got you $1.75 into $30,000. Give us the story.
Okay, so obviously I've got a swipe file of basically ones that I use, but there's one in particular that I've used since the beginning that basically has been quite successful. In different areas, it can cost different amounts. So when I first showed you, it was $3. And then in some areas they'll go up to $5, then it's going up to $10. Some areas was $20. So I'm like, I need to basically get it down. I need
Now,
to get it
you
down.
know, what would Jeff Jowett say about him whinging about a $20
Yeah, yeah.
lead?
Oh, yeah. Look, I'd pay $5,000 for a lead, but when you know that you can get it for $3, like when I first did it, it's like
I get
I
it,
always
bro.
trying to get that again. Like, you know, I'm thinking, surely I can't just get it that time and then never get it again. So no, look, I've got to try and figure something out. So I've tried a couple of different methods and tried some different rewordings, and was getting still the same sort of success. But then it came to coronavirus hit, so it's like, okay, I need to basically revamp it to that to
to at least acknowledge that.
Exactly right. Acknowledge it, but not sort of make it an issue. Not have the big
just tweaked it.
Boom. Yeah, exactly. Just tweaked it slightly.
And
no boom.
Yeah,
I've done that one before. So, as everybody knows.
So just the quick one for those of you guys who aren't knowing that, there's an ad that I used to run as a bit of a what we call a control, where the graphic is that.
That one?
That's the graphic.
Yeah.
It always gets leads because it's acknowledging that's a metaphor for the word boom. So it might be Sydney property boom, fuels, Brisbane prices, blah, 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 right? So always gets leads, always, without fail, gets complaints.
Gets a lot of hate as well.
Like, oh, the nuclear war's no salesy laughing matter, Hardens, or whatever. So.
That's right. But then, so the one that I use, is sort of the image that I use. And basically it's based off the location one. But with this particular one, obviously there's a lot more uncertainty around. So people in their heads have got the whole question marks and then put a question mark in the center of it. And again, change the color. And you have to have the map though, pinpointed into the specific area. You don't want to be targeting the whole
different area.
The whole, exactly. You need to be targeting your one area. That's the main thing with that particular bit.
It doesn't just work in our area.
No, it doesn't just work in our area. It works like I tried the one that we actually got the lead on. I noticed that pretty much properties out there, for example, there's been a few that have been there for a little bit and literally then targets that one little bit.
After Glenn put you on, you got heaps of people asking you questions.
Yeah.
You did this for a couple of other people in like completely different
That's
areas
right, yeah.
as well. But,
that's the thing. And a couple of guys that have sent them off and did up a one for them, sent it off to them, said, is this the right map? Yep, no worries, send it off, done. And they got results literally the next day. So like when they did it. So it works. It doesn't matter where it is, it'll work, right? As long as you don't have someone in the same area, it'll cost you a bit more if that happens. It'll still work, but it'll cost you a bit more money.
Yeah.
But that's the premise of it, is that, like, that's the basic bit about it. With the wording, I just had it come up. I think it's called Scott. That's Scott. Yeah, that's the one. Copied 6 leads, $3.75 each. There you go.
And I tell you, Scott, and I've got to give credit. That's a mutation of an ad. So massive credit to Luke Walker. Exactly. So who innovated that with a slightly different look. And then this is what I love. Another student improves it, and Luke Walker will probably just take that back and run it like this, and he'll see a bump again. And that's how we get better and better and better. Scott Moore, I know we were struggling in his area to get some of these ads to work for whatever reason. So 6 leads at $3.75 each.
If Trevor just said, look, if he can't work out how to get the map right, mate, after this, just message me or send me a message on the page or email me. That's not an issue.
Yeah. So find Alex Harden. So for guys, I know you're going to get smashed with this, Al, but I also love how selfless you are.
And look, that's what I'm here for, right? At the end of the day, like we love giving back. Like that's what we're about as well. Like we actually get a real kick out of it. We want to make sure that other people are succeeding around us. That there's enough out there for everybody. It doesn't, for us, we love to see and get results. Like, that's great. I just saw that he's got 6 at $3.75, man. That's bloody great.
Nice.
Now I'll show you how to get them for $1.75. Because this is in a 2-part bit. This is the first part.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think you know about this.
No, I don't. I'm edge of my seat. Did you see me adjust my body language and get my pen out?
So from there, because as I said, look, that works, and you'll get the $3.75. It might go up to $5, and depending on your area, some people it costs a lot more. Like you've run it before, Glenn. It can cost $70 to get one, but that's still cheap, right? At the end of the day. But the thing is, for me, I'd like to, try and beat what I'm already doing and find a better way. So I thought, well, okay, what I want to do is I'm sending it out to all these people, but how do I then target them even more, right? So how do I find out that they're probably more likely to be selling their house? So then I decided, well, okay, what I'll do is, how about giving back a bit more to the people that are out there looking, So again, we're about giving more than before we actually take anything. So before we ask for anything, we give out. So obviously with the first one, you're giving out the report. So they're getting a, $200 value report for nothing. You're not asking for anything other than the email address, right? And basically, you're going to contact them after anyway. So then they've got that, but the thing is, then what I'll do is I'll run a separate ad that's actually going to give them information on how to prepare and what to do during the sale during this period of time in COVID.
So we
so
wrote
it's an information. It wrote an ebook, so it's like 12 pages or something. It's basic information, but the thing is, if they're even considering it, they can click on that. It's free. I get their email address, and what I do is then I retarget them. Right. So when I retarget and put the other ad and retarget onto there, I'm pinpointing people that are basically already thinking of selling, and I'm targeting them with something that's giving me a report to let them know what the house is worth. So literally, again, it's a double whammy.
Yeah,
so
qualified. Yep.
Man, they're qualified.
And then you retarget. Yeah, you do the.
And I retarget. I get more response.
And then it retargets.
It's cheaper, helps. And because I'm getting more response, the ads become cheaper because Facebook loves that, and it's always about trying to get Facebook to love the organic stuff, right? As you know, like because they hate me on some ads for some reason. Like
they hate everyone. The big blue meanie.
They banned you, and they banned some of my ads. Said I was doing illegal services, but anyway. But I got them back. So those ads at the same time you got your account back, I actually got my ads approved, which is fantastic.
Yeah, I think Facebook just had a little hissy fit overnight. Yeah. But I had 12 hours where I was very cranky at the blue meanie. As you were. But look, sometimes, because that's the thing, we're not dealing with, it's not a human over there going, oh, stick it up your butt, we hate those. We're fighting against an AI algorithm.
Yep.
Like literally, that's what that is. And sometimes it has a little hiccup.
And the algorithm, though, it actually likes content that people actually click on, people will interact with. If it's valued content, so you can get what they call private label rights stuff as well. And then you can actually then, like what I would say, I'd hardenize it and then make it like ours. And then with this one that we wrote ourselves, the ebook, we actually wrote that. But if you want to do other topics outside of COVID, about, what are the three main things? Staging at home or whatever, right? You grab that and then you can get a PLR. It doesn't cost you maybe anywhere from, PLR costs maybe like, between 2 cents and $1. Like it's so cheap. And then just make it into your own and then use that to then target people. You retarget those people once you've run that. So that you can do the same thing during normal period. During this period at the moment, we've got a COVID related one. So what to do during this and what to expect, how to prepare your home, all these sorts of things. So that's within that report. So pretty much we did, I think that's like the cover, and it's got looks like a book and all sort of things. So they think it's really good. A little write up at the top and send that out at the same time as the other one. And again, retarget them. So
beautiful. That
reduced the $3 ones down to $1.75.
And that was the strategy, guys, that turned into a $30,000 check, and it goes unconditional next few days. So now here's the thing I wanted to ask you guys about and warn everyone who is watching about. When you talk about retargeting, I don't know if you guys have been pitched with it, but this is where I get in trouble. This is where I guarantee. Now I said tonight, the one and only sponsor of this event is me. Well, that's because none of the big guys will sponsor my events, because I'm not going to lie to you. And I'm going to say when the big, look, I've already said it. When REA charge you $550 for a retargeting product, in your estimation, how much worth of advertising do you think they do compared to what you can do with $550? Like how much?
For $550, I can probably get, I get them for that particular one, I mean, you get 150 leads. Man,
how many leads do you get for your $550 on your realestate.com retargeting advert? Not 100.
I ran free ads for another guy that that we're friends with, who's an agent. And again, just to help him out. I didn't charge him anything or anything like that. I was getting him leads again, and
he created the ads, he ran the ads, and he didn't charge him. He put our money into it.
Oh, yeah, you're a freaking saint, you are.
Yeah, well, because he goes, I'm not getting anything, blah, blah, blah. I said, well, look, okay, just leave with me. I said, do you mind if I run something? I'll just see how it goes.
Do you mind? I'm not charging 20%.
I'm not promising anything, but we'll see how it goes. The next day, I'm not joking, I had 10 leads for him within 2 hours.
I'm going to have to start paying Alex for coaching, because he's better than me at it.
It started at about, I think for him it was $1.83, and then it went down to about $1.80 something. Yeah, it was around that mark. Wow. They were all cheap.
What area was he? How far from you?
He's
He's only about 40K
40Ks from us. Yeah.
Okay. So still in Southeast Queensland.
Again, so not in competition with us, and he's and he's a mate, and literally like that's how he helped out. I mean, it cost me money, but it didn't.
Not enough to worry about, and
No.
there'll be a.
And
there'll
he's
be
stoked. He's got a since then. I've got him over 30 leads within a few days. It's like, it's nuts.
Wow.
It's nuts.
Yep.
Just Glenn, he gets him more leads than he gets for me.
Yeah.
Harsh. He's not as pretty as her. Come on, sir. Come good. Carolina says, I so need to learn how to do this, gang.
Well, again, like you can reach out. Like as I said, we don't mind helping people out with this sort of stuff. So we're more than happy to share.
Well, this is, guys, I'm telling you, this is the agency of the future. No longer do you have to do what I used to do, which is 100 cold calls for 96 rejects, for 3 maybes, for 1 low quality listing opportunity that maybe I could etch out of those 3 maybes, maybe 1 listing a week. But that was our metrics. It was horrible. It was a horrible life. How much better is it to know nothing about Facebook in November, to start perfecting this it's a learning curve of a couple of months. Now, Alex is a real smart guy, and Felicity is a real smart woman with great performance and presentation skills. And, it's a wonderful, duo that these guys have got going on. But look at how quickly they have turned into a appraisal generating machine. There's a reason I invited them on here tonight, is that it's evidence to you guys that if you're sitting there going, I don't know any of this, well, give me 5 months, give them 5 months, because Alex is sitting there helping other people now. So even if I'm too busy or if I'm too expensive, message these guys, get them to give you a little bit of a hand, and you'll be on your way.
Because that's only half of it. Like that's my side, and then there's Felicity. Like literally the rest of it goes there. Like I get those leads, and then it's like, there you go, and then she does the rest. Like, and that's where the money is, man.
Yeah, let's go.
I can generate the cheap leads, but you need to hit, like, literally, this woman, I know, look, she's my wife, but I tell you what, you don't want to come up against her in a negotiation. I lose every time, and I'm a good negotiator, but I tell you what, no.
I lost against her. In fact, I didn't even start. I gave up because they couldn't afford to join our coaching program, and they got in. So suffice to say, I just didn't even start the negotiation. I don't know.
You ain't getting no for an answer, man.
Whatever she says. Whatever she says. But hey, we've got Tom Carlin jumping on in a few minutes. So guys, I would definitely avail yourselves of reaching out to the Hardens. They are real good. And look, if you are if you're looking at maybe needing somewhere to work or needing a mentor or whatever, these guys, you'd be doing yourself not exactly a disservice if you want to talk to these guys about perhaps working with them in some sort of formal capacity as well. But before Tom gets on, Felicity, what would you say your biggest skill in converting those leads is?
I listen. Like when I make my, we preface everything with a text. And then then I set a time to talk to them. When I get on the phone with them, I ask about their previous experience with real estate agents. I ask about any previous experience with real estate in general. And I just get them to tell me as much as I can possibly get out of them. I want to know if they've been watching the market, what their expectation is, where they want to move, because usually changeover cost is still a thing, but right now I found one of the ways that we've been helping a lot of people, and how we've actually 6 listings in the last week, is talking about changeover cost and putting a big focus onto that, because our area has dropped. We aren't getting the same prices, and actually I've looked at in the last 2 weeks, there have been 0 transactions in our postcode. Like, it's crazy. Yeah, we've still been transacting, and they are areas just outside of our postcode, but we still have been transacting. So putting a focus on how we can actually help them, like we realized really early on, and I guess there's two answers to your question there, Glenn, because normally it's I listen and I find out what I need to help them best, to give them what they need from me for me to be the logical choice, because I know that I'm going to do a very good job for them. And if I basically miss out on them, I feel terrible, because I feel like I've done them a disservice by not convincing them I'm the right person for them. But the other thing on that, like more current, is definitely setting them up to sell, having those difficult conversations early on, and putting the focus, you know, if they are looking to sell to get a bigger home or sell to downsize, like talking about how they can actually get a benefit out of the market, even if they can't get the dollars that they were thinking that they might want, say from 2 months ago, how they could still end up with more in their pocket after everything's said and done and actually win out of it.
Yeah, I've always loved that strategy. If they sell through someone like yourself or the bloke below you right down there, Mr. Tom Garland, if they sell with a gun and buy through a hack, there's like a 20% differential, 10% premium from you guys with skill, 10% discount plus from a hack, 20% of a $500,000 property is $100,000. So, you know, I love that you're sort of putting it back into those contexts and making it win. Just for sort of a final inspiration for everyone, since this craziness started, you know, maybe end of Feb, what are we at? We're halfway through April. So February, March, and 3/4 of April, what have you guys been doing while everyone else has been panicking and running scared? What's been the total in listings or sales or volume to sort of inspire, given that your business is 6 months old?
Do you want to talk like what we've done marketing wise?
Well, marketing wise, I've ramped it up. Like I'm spending more than what we've ever done, and we're getting more in than what we've ever done. So as I said to you earlier, like I've still got the pedal down severely. Like, because the thing is, no one else was doing it. I checked. No one else was running ads. There was only one agency that was doing it, and they ran a really pissy ad. But anyway, literally, like what we're running is quality stuff. Like even the one that we ran for one of our vendors, right? That's one in the background. Like that one there, I don't know if you can see how much interaction it got.
231 comments, is it? 32 shares?
Yeah, about that. Yeah. So, I mean, that's the thing, right? We're doing quality stuff like that and really ramping up for our vendors, not just for ourselves.
And how much would that have cost in VPA, if you had to guess?
That one was 150. So you compare that to you know, what other people pay. Like, I mean, that's nuts.
That reached what? 20?
No, that reached 38,000 people. That's the one that we're talking about. That's 38,000 people that reached.
That's
the 30 grand.
Yeah, so for 150. So, wow, beautiful.
You know, so literally, but we again with the leads, for example, like for lead generation, we have definitely stopped, and I'm finding different avenues to do stuff, and different ways, and that's why I'm up all the time, because I'm constantly working on the business. You know what I mean? Like we're actually strategizing and doing things, because we've got, as I said, we've got a bigger picture that we want to get to, and it's not just a dollar figure; it's more.
So in answer to your other part of that question, Glenn, we think from beginning of March, we have brought on, I think, 13 or 14 listings.
Okay, so that's in 7 weeks. That's March and April, so 7 weeks. Wow.
Yep, and seven sales.
7 sales in 7 weeks. Wow. So for a rookie sort of startup business who's got a goal that many people would assume is astronomical, for $1 million GCI between the two of you guys in a startup business with no assistance, it's awesome to just hear an inspiring story like yourself. Because all day we've had people like Tom Carlin with a decade experience, with all the success and track record in the world, and they've definitely got a lot to add, like the James Tostovans, the Matt Steinways, Tom Carlins, etc. I love hearing about 6 months in and getting results like you're getting. It's inspiring to see what's possible.
With no background what we're doing, that's the thing.
Can
so
I
it
just
can be
say
done.
too, for anybody who doesn't think that they can do it, like that $1.75 ad that we just showed, that Alex got, that's now, you know, that was on the market for 6 months with other agents. They couldn't get it sold. These guys had spent almost 10 grand in marketing. Like our VPA is a hell of a lot less, because we do so much on Facebook. But the end result is it got sold above asking price in 14 days for $11,000 higher than the best offer that they had pre-COVID.
Yeah, during the great times.
Like, tell me it can't be done. I know different areas it is difficult, but it can still be done.
If it's humanly possible, if someone can do it, then you can do it. And so I'm glad you're a great example of you're the someone. For someone else watching this, you're the someone. And so massive congrats. So guys, do reach out. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I was going to say, like, we had help from yourself and obviously some of our other mentors early on. So look, because we had help, we like to give back. If anybody wants a bit of help, like reach out, PM us.
Yep.
PM.
Yeah, PM. We'll get a detail, like
email,
ask Glenn or Naomi.
Whatever. Like, we're more than happy to give back and help out in any way we can.
But I insist, like, Alex, stop paying for other people's ads if you're going to help them. Don't just.
If I'm going to help that many people, no, I won't. But you know.
Mate, great attitude, man. You guys are awesome. That's the Hardens, guys. Alex and Felicity Harden. Reach out to them on FB. They're in the group there, so come and say g'day. And guys, thanks for being a part of this. It's really, really cool.
Thanks for putting it on.
Yeah, thanks for putting it together.
This is great. You've got together a lot of great people, man. And I guess everyone out there would truly appreciate it. So, it's great to be able to actually be a part of it and help out as well.
Awesome. Thanks a million, Hardens. You guys are awesome.